Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a message for today, and I am going to do a reading for tonight. I don't have an excuse for last night. I actually fell asleep early. I wanted to do one when I woke up. I woke up pretty late. Well, I was in and out of sleep, so probably around 7 o'clock, and then fully awake around 11. And then next week, I'll be at my godmother's for a little bit, and I'll have to see where to film there, because I stay in what's considered the movie room, but there isn't a lot of lighting there, and if I go more further out into the basement area, I don't know if I'll be loud, since I read at night most of the time. My godfather's sister, I call her my aunt, she stays on the first floor since she is ill, so I don't want to disturb her, but I will still make videos there too. An interesting topic came up before I started pulling out the cards, and it is the day 9/11, which is a devastating day for the Americans. And I was in grade school at the time, and they turned on the TV when the towers were hit by the planes, and as the state over, so in some areas in the state that I was in at the time, like, you could see the devastation of it, of all the smoke and there's set there too, and at the time people were trying to evacuate. They're tall towers, so a lot of stairs, a lot of rubble, some people just jumping out the windows. There's also the perspective of people trying to stop them while they were on the planes, and there's some documentaries about those too, and having like the people in the plane calling their loved ones before everything as everything was happening. And another perspective of planes that had to detour and couldn't go to that area, the airport. There's a play called Come From Away, where it talks about the place The Rock, as it's called, and the people that had to detour there were taken care of by the people of The Rock. And there's a whole storyline with that too, like different perspectives there. So for this reading, I am getting that there's a lot of difficulty trying to maintain harmony and like peace within your own life, as it has like in the Four of Wands from the Glory to Ukraine Tarot. The Knight of Cups seems to be reversed in this reading. It does feel like it's an energy that is internal, of going back and forth as it paces, and it really hones in certain areas of his or her life. I won't read for genders. With the Four of Wands with the obstacle, there's also the Ace of Cups, which really hones into the Knight of Cups, and the word that I was getting actually is discovery with the Ace of Cups. So maybe there is intensity and relationship being affected during this time. Lots of thoughts on that, lots of time to, well, not a lot of time, but a lot of time spent thinking about it. And with that, it seems to be too much water in one cup, that it sometimes is depicted in the Ace of Cups. And also with the aces wanting that type of companionship, or even a courtship, or something that after you go through these things, it makes you evaluate and see things for like the potential of what they can be and for what they really are. And a lot of times after you go through something, it tends to transform other areas of your life. Even if you think that those areas might not be touched by other situations that go on in your life, it kind of seeps into them and soaks and leaves more questions at hand. But I feel like after everything, and I don't want to say that I feel like it will make that area of your life even stronger, because it makes the heart fonder in that way, because you have the relationship harmony, Archangel Raguel. The angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now, even with the Ace of Cups, and that's a starter energy. You also have the Fool card here too, which is the Joker, which the lesson might be, as you move forward, again, it's not like you're not going to still be affected by these areas, but there's a tenderness and a little bit of lightheartedness that can come out of it. One thing that I kind of remember is like when I was leaving my last apartment, and it was a lot to like move out. By the end of the night, even though I was finished at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't supposed to be there that late, but I was like, my key still works. I still gotta like do a bunch of things, because I couldn't find the key to undo my bed frame, and I know that that's really expensive to just leave the bed frame in the apartment. So it took me like 3 hours to undo it, because the bolts were so tight on like the bed frame. By the end of the night, I wasn't even angry anymore. I was just relieved that it was done. Even though I left stuff there still, I was just like, I think they can have their hand at this now. And overcoming the obstacle is an interesting one, because you have the moon, because it's almost like embracing that energy, because this is heavy water energy. It's heavy Scorpio energy I'm getting from this reading, where instead of locking those things like within yourself or in a closet, it allows you to bring those things out and saying to embrace those things and not to be so, I guess, in a way, secretive about it. There could be a feeling of, if it's not reciprocated, there could be a feeling of the perspective of love where you obviously want it in return, but there's also the purest form where you love to love, and I feel like without having those expectations, it could have more of a resilient energy moving forward. In the past, you have the Hanged Man, which is difficult because it feels like it's a stuck energy that's not intentional. For the Six of Pentacles here, it kind of feels like, well, for some reason I was saying finally. It almost feels like a court order. It almost feels like when you're trying to get an outcome of the situation and trying to get like some type of compensation. With this Six of Pentacles, I feel like you don't get as much as you think you're gonna get, but you're getting just enough that it can move you forward. And I feel like maybe that's what life can give to you, because they're saying this is all you need, and once you get out of here, like, you're basically, the potential is endless, because in the future you have the Emperor card. You have the Emperor card actually twice in this reading, with the one from the Glory to Ukraine Tarot, and then the Emperor here. And since it has to do with relationships, I am getting it with that too. But with the Emperor, I'm going to say this Emperor, or maybe Emperor, since they're in, I don't have to read for gender. Maybe both are established, but I feel like for one of the energies at least, and it could be for both, the Emperor doesn't have all the resources, at least one. But there's like a cosmopolitan type of energy where the Emperor says, but I know who does have this. And it goes back to the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups may also be holding back too, because not sure of being deserving of that type of reciprocation. But with that Moon card, I feel like there's an emphasis of being able to really delve in. You're not going to get your answer if you don't ask the question. Not everybody can read your mind. I feel like some people, even when they know you well, they don't want to be that intrusive about it. If it's like a touchy subject, especially if it's a touchy subject, they don't want to just like barge in. So it would be better if you're the one who asks the question. With that, you have the card Breathe. Archangel Raphael. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. The Knight of Cups also might be going back and forth because of things not completely healed and reliving in a way, even though the past is kind of over in, like, physically, thinking about, well, what if she doesn't feel the same, or he doesn't feel the same, or what if this happens, like this happened last time, or some variation of that. If you keep focusing on those things, and again with the book, like The Secret, it doesn't, the universe, if you believe in that stuff, the universe doesn't differentiate those thoughts. So if you keep having those like repeating thoughts, it's just going to keep bringing it to you, because it's like you want your mind to think or to know that it is, the only word that I'm getting is validated at the time. So the example that they gave in like the kind of film, they were saying, if you think you're going to keep getting a bill in the mail, you're going to keep getting a bill in the mail. So we're trying to think. I know it's cups, but also think and also feel differently. Shifting your thoughts can really help and can alleviate those pressures. So, on the emotional side of it, and can really balance out the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups feels like there's a lot going on there. Creative writing too comes up with Archangel Gabriel. Take time to write down thoughts in a journal or pen in an article or book. There's a lot of devotion that comes from this energy too. I feel like there's also the love and like the bestie energy that comes from it too, with Gabriel and the God source, at least through biblical text. Again, you don't have to take it in a religious way if that's not your jam. You have prioritize, focus. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. This is one that really kind of pushes you to at least move in a direction. Again, the Hanged Man, as I said before, you can't stay in the Hanged Man position forever. As humans, you can't stay upside down forever. It's like you physically can't. In all different aspects, you can't. This Emperor really feels like it's rooting down because it's a beginning energy with the Aries card. And even with the Ace of Cups and the Joker, the Fool card, those are also signifying beginnings too. And transition, where you have the career transition. Also taking what you can get, because you don't have to get your exact job that you're looking for right in the beginning, because, and with the cosmopolitan energy and 2 emperors coming out, I feel like with a math problem, 2 + 2 = 4 type of energy, where if both of you guys are established, then it shouldn't be a problem even if both of you just get, a job to start off and gradually move forward into something else. It doesn't feel like it'll be a problem. Like, it doesn't have to be relationships, but I am getting relationships with the cards I'm getting, the energy and the cards I'm getting. Career transition, Archangel Chamuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. I'll read the Angel Tarot. So you have 4 and 4 here, so 44. I'll remember to get the angel number. 4 of air, 4 of swords, time to rest or take a vacation, allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. And the 4 of fire, the 4 of wands, contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. I'll quickly go into the other cards. So, I feel like there's, the Queen of Cups goes with the 5 of Wands, and it's the Hermit card. I'll say this with the Hermit. The Hermit knows, and I feel like it's the Queen of Cups that knows. And you see that the boats are coming in. Like, I feel like she knows, even though you haven't told her, like, she already knows. And there's like a coming in to that type of energy. It kind of feels like, okay, you're here now. Also, before doing this reading, I would like to say that the grandfather energy did come back, and he's like, remember what you promised about protecting. And then as I said, I didn't forget. And then he went back to where he was going. So then you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands does feel expressive here too. heavy expression to the Queen of Cups. There's like the opposites attract type of energy. Definitely opposites. I wouldn't say it's like enemies to lovers, but there is that aspect of one is completely different from the other, and yet it's just like it just feels like the best. But I would also like be weary about those types of energies too in general. Sometimes it could feel like, you know, they say opposites attract, and it's like, but there isn't a basis there. With the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, it feels like there's a basis there. The Queen of Cups does feel like she places things meticulously so that things can go into play. Like, that feels like the Hermit really links to the Queen of Cups because she knows and she's going to do things, not necessarily in secrecy, but she's doing things in a meticulous way in the way that you're playing the board here. And this is also a preparation with the Five of Wands. Six of Swords, I'm going to end it on this one. Six of Swords, it is one that isn't the smoothest transition, but it is movement, and eventually you will get through that tunnel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't post last night. I just fell asleep. I was like about to post, and then I was like, I'm just gonna sit here, and then the guys are just like, Adrian, you're gonna fall asleep. I'm like, no, I'm not. So sorry. Thank you.